Hi everyone, it is Tuesday afternoon and I'm here to do my 10-week update. I am 10 weeks, either 10 weeks exactly or 10 weeks in one day today. I'm still not entirely sure what my actual due date is, but it's only a day difference, so it's not like it makes that much of a difference. So 10 weeks, double digits, which is pretty exciting. The baby is now the size of a kumquat or a little Lego guy, basically about I think 1.25 inches or so, which is cool, like to pass the inch mark, and definitely getting bigger. And as far as me and how I am doing, symptom wise, I'm doing a little bit better than I had been. I don't remember when I started it, but I have found that this time around, unlike my last pregnancy, taking B6 with Unisom makes a big difference. I'm actually really surprised at how much of a difference it has made. I think I started, so I have been taking, sorry, I'm just going to reposition here. I started taking the B6 quite a while ago, like when the morning sickness kind of hit, because I knew that during my last pregnancy that had been helpful, and during my last pregnancy I had tried taking, Unisom with the B6, and that part didn't seem to make a difference, so I just stuck with the B6. So this time around I figured, whatever, I'll just do the B6, and like that worked last time, or it helped last time, but it didn't really seem to be making a difference this time. So at my intake appointment last Wednesday, the nurse suggested that I try it with the Unisom, because the combo might make more of a difference. So I got some Unisom on Thursday last week and took just half of a tablet, so that was like 12.5 milligrams last Thursday night, and Friday morning felt so much better than I had been feeling first thing in the morning. Like I was actually able to get up and not have to immediately rush to have a piece of toast, or like just not want to get out of bed or whatever. It was a huge difference. I was kind of amazed, and it is continuing to still make a difference. I don't think it's quite as profound anymore, although that may just be that I've forgotten a little bit how bad I was feeling in the mornings, but it definitely still is helping, and my mornings are definitely better. But I'm only taking the half a tablet before bed, and if I was able to, if I could afford to like sleep a little bit in the afternoon, I would probably take the other half of the tablet around lunchtime or something, because as the day goes on, like in the afternoon and evening, I start feeling worse and worse, and like by the time it's time to get ready for bed, I'm feeling pretty awful. So I think that the Unisom definitely wears off over time, and I could stand to kind of have a little bit more consistency of that in my body, but as of right now, I can't really afford to do that. I may, like over the weekend when my husband is home and can help out a little bit more, I may give that a try just to see if it makes a difference, but for right now, it at least makes the first half of the day much more manageable, so that's really good. Other symptoms, I'm mostly just like exhausted a lot of the time, which obviously that then makes it even harder to be able to take something that makes me tired anytime other than at night. So mostly just nauseous and tired. One thing that I got a call yesterday, Monday, from one of the nurses at the practice that I am going to. I had gone in last Friday for blood work and just a routine urine culture, and so I got a call back yesterday that apparently I have a UTI, which I don't have any symptoms of, except literally like within an hour or so after giving the urine sample, I started having what I think is probably kidney pain, which would indicate that it's a little bit worse than a UTI, but like literally no other symptoms, and that pain went away over the next you know, like by Saturday afternoon it was totally gone, and it's come back here and there just like a little bit. So I am on a 3-day course of antibiotics now, and I will have a repeat culture done when I go in for my first appointment next Friday. So hopefully the antibiotics will kick it. I haven't had any more kidney pain. I think I had a little bit yesterday morning, but it really hasn't been much, and like literally no other symptoms. And I've never been diagnosed with a UTI before, so so it's a little bit surprising, but whatever, that's fine. The antibiotics are, I think, not helping the nausea at all, and kind of making it a little worse. I have to take it 3 times a day, but it's only for 3 days, so I'll manage with that. And in addition to the antibiotic, I've ordered a supplement to take to hopefully help everything clear out and all of that. So so we'll see how that goes. Hopefully it all resolves and don't have any more issues with that. So yeah, so that's kind of like where things are at as far as how I'm feeling. Food wise, with the change and starting the Unisom, I'm able to eat a little bit more, and able to eat like actual meals a little bit easier. We've actually over the weekend made dinners both nights, which like we haven't really been cooking much at all over the last month plus. So it was really nice to like actually have real home cooked meals. I find that I struggle the most with eating vegetables. I just can't really stomach them very much, and it seems to be, it's really weird, but it seems like cooked vegetables are harder for me to handle than raw vegetables. And I don't know if it's like the temperature and if like I need cold things, because cold things are definitely more appealing than warm things. But I definitely am having trouble with like vegetables in general, and especially with cooked vegetables. So, which is a shame, because our garden is like producing all kinds of, we have yellow squash and zucchini like out of our ears, and tomatoes now we're starting to get, and we have like more cucumbers than we know what to do with, which those I'm able to eat. Like I can cut up a cucumber and put a little salad dressing on it, and like that's actually pretty good. But yeah, not a lot food wise. I have gotten my taste for coffee back a little bit, so so that's been kind of nice that I can manage to have a cup of that here and there when I want it. And especially because I have been having an increase in headaches over the last couple of weeks probably. So being able to have a little bit of caffeine definitely helps with that. And there's not a lot that you can take when you're pregnant. So like basically Tylenol and caffeine are like the only treatments that that I have been able to use last pregnancy and this pregnancy for headaches. So yeah, so all of that is pretty good. I'm definitely feeling like my belly is growing, but like not a baby bump yet at this point. It's like my stomach kind of grows weird at the beginning of pregnancy, it seems. So it's nowhere near like actually anything noticeable, but I definitely notice it. I have started wearing some maternity pants, but basically as long as it's like loose or elastic waist or whatever, I can manage it pretty well. But I can't wear my jeans, and I've kind of phased out some of my normal clothes. But I'm definitely nowhere near like actually needing maternity clothes for my size. It's more just for comfort. And it helps that I have maternity clothes left from my last pregnancy. So, and I don't have any baby buys this week, but I did want to share this book that I have started reading that I find really interesting. I have not read that much of it, but what I have read so far has been really interesting. It's called The Birth Book, and it's by William Sears and Martha Sears. And I love, like, the Sears family is a family of basically pediatricians and doctors, and they're much more like natural oriented and like attachment parenting and that kind of stuff that really fits with my kind of parenting choices and style. And I just find, so like I've only read really the beginning of the book, but it kind of starts out by going through like the history of birth and how it started out like before 1900 being all midwives and home birth, and then like the doctors came in and started changing things, and then going through like the whole phase where women ended up just getting knocked out for birth, and then kind of coming back to where we've come around to today, where it's becoming, women are much more aware of birth options and choices and making much more informed decisions and stuff like that. So I found it really interesting so far. It continues going through like different options that you have in childbirth. It was written in the 90s, so it's not super recent or anything. Copyright 94. So it's not very recent, but I still find it interesting for like the history that it has. It has like suggestions of exercises in pregnancy and diet and stuff like that, which I have some knowledge of that from my last pregnancy anyway. But I find that really interesting. I got a used copy of it from Amazon for I think less than $10. So it's definitely an interesting read, and so that's been kind of fun. That's the first kind of pregnancy or birth book that I've picked up this time around that I'm actually starting to read. I have others that I have tucked away, and hopefully eventually I'll get around to reading, but so far this is the first one that I've managed to start reading through. So that is it for today for my 10-week update. I have my first official prenatal appointment next Friday, August 12th, but I won't wait to do my update until after that. I'll include the stuff from that appointment in the following week. Yeah, so excited to be in the double digits and moving towards the end of the first trimester, and things are going well overall so far, so I'm really happy about that. So that's it for today. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll talk to you again soon.